Hey gang, I'm Paul with Studpack. Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to our Dream Garage build, and welcome to a pretty muggy day here in Texas. In our last video, you saw us install this pond liner DIY gutter system on the upstairs deck to collect all the rainwater that goes between our deck boards, drain it out of here into a gutter, over here to a downspout and off the property. And it's really cool because it protects our framing from any water from up above. It protects our finished ceiling from up above, and we can use this porch right here, even if it's a downpour, because we're protected overhead with our gutters. Today, we're gonna cover it all up. Check it out, we have our sandstone decking right here. This is by Envision Decking. Love this material, great company. This is the same decking the Perkins brothers use on their video, so if you're looking to build a deck, check out Envision Decking, you're gonna love the product. So as you can see, we got our material staged right here. Got my saw stop table saw ready to go in case I need to rip something. And I got my cut station set up. It looks like I'm gonna be the cut man. Jordan and Rad are gonna be upstairs putting it down. Let's go upstairs, measure our very first piece. All right guys, we got our first piece measured and cut, and it fits over there where Jordan's showing you. It's kind of a juicer. It's got a rabbet, it's got a couple of notches, it's got a rabbet with a router. So come on over this side, let's measure this one and we'll walk you through how I did it. I happen to have this piece of plywood. I'm just gonna use it as kind of a model, right? So here's my miter, right over here by the post, and I know I have to notch for the post. I know I have to notch over here against the corner board, so I'm just gonna draw that little notch here right there. And now I can just measure. So from my corner board to the outside corner of my deck, I'm at 69.5. We're projecting 2 inches out. What I mean by that is the deck's gonna project 2 inches out this way, and what that's gonna do for us, it's gonna accommodate our band board, a decorative piece to pick up on the frieze, we're gonna show you that later, and then the overhang. So I'm sticking out 2 inches. What did I say it was?
69.5.
69.5 plus 2. So right here at my notch by the corner board to the long point of my miter, 62, what was it, Jordan?
71.5.
Okay, that's total. Did you add 2?
Yes.
Okay, so
I think that's what it was on the other side too.
I think so. 71.5. Let me just double check that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure from my corner board to my post. It's 63. I'm going to back off half an inch, give us some play. Just remember, we're going to have a cedar wrap around here, and that cedar column wrap is going to cover the gap. Just don't want to fight it, right? 62. So now I'm 62 from the corner board right there to my notch for the column. Now I need to know this distance, right? I already know I'm overhanging 2 inches. I like 3.5, Jordan.
All right.
So I'm just gonna make this 3.5. Now I just gotta measure for this notch. We're ready to go downstairs and cut it.
So this is kind of a pro tip. Like if you have a tricky piece of cut, just kind of cut a miniature.
I like
Draw
it.
And then just write all your dimensions. That's great. That's a great
I
idea.
like it because otherwise I'd have to like draw this on a piece of paper and then I'm all sweaty and it gets wet, and this is great. So you can see I already used the other side to do the one behind me. Don't worry about all this half by half is a quarter, 25%. I was helping somebody with their probability homework, if you can believe it. So that's what that is for. So I'm gonna measure for the notch over by the corner board. I'm gonna head downstairs and cut it. Overhanging 2 inches. 5 should work. Here we go, guys. Put a little notcher in there. Nice, look at that.
Nice.
So we got a little 2-inch gauge block. We'll put it under here. Perfect. And there we go. We got both ends ready. I think it's time for Jordan and Red to get their materials out. We're going to screw this down and use a little bung that matches the material to cover the screw hole. Then we'll put out this long piece with a miter on each end. It'll be 2 pieces. We'll start filling in. All right guys, that fits great. We're gonna screw it down. We're gonna face screw it. There are many types of ways to attach your deck boards to your deck. You've probably seen them all on YouTube, just like we have. But let's put a screw in here and put the bung in it and see how good it looks. Got this special bit that's gonna countersink it the right amount. Nice, look at that. There's the special bit that comes with the hardware. Torx bit. It counterbores the screw and leaves just enough room for the color matching bung. Now you want to put this in, bud? Is that textured?
Yeah, that's a little grain.
Oh, look at that.
You gotta match the grain,
oh, I
man.
gotta match the grain?
Yep.
What? I gotta put it in the right way? This one actually matches the grain perfect. I'm gonna just use my little block. What? Totally disappears.
It did.
Love it. Let me put one out here. And that is our first deck board right there. So where she goes. Try it out. All right, guys, we're working on this miter. We're gonna screw the inside down first. In other words, we're gonna screw this board down and the inside corner of this first board we put in. Then we're gonna come out here, make that miter perfect, pre-drill through the corner boards, both of them with the supplied bit. I'm gonna show you that. And then we're gonna put a screw through it to lock that miter in. All right, looks good, Rad, go for it. All right. Oh. And I'll back it out and get it flush. All right, what we're doing right here with these two screws, we got the inside of the miter flush. Now I'm gonna use my hands, get the outside flush. We're gonna use our Craig jig clamp them together, pre-drill. I don't even think we need the clamp. You want me to grab it?
I think it's great insurance. It insures for a perfect joint every time.
All right, I'll get it.
All right, I thought you grabbed it.
No, I forgot. All right, guys, working on this outside miter. We got these two screws in there, dialed them in so we're perfectly flush right here. And our cedar column cover is gonna cover these screw holes, so not worried about it. And I'm gonna use our Craig clamp. Got these nice pads on there. It's gonna flush out the outside of that miter. Beautiful. I put that right in the way of the camera, didn't I, Jordan?
No, you're good.
Is that better?
You're good.
There's the bit supplied with the screws. We're gonna drill through both pieces and run a screw in there. All right. I think I'm gonna go for it. You want to counterboard, Jordan?
Just be careful.
That's good.
I think I'm gonna leave it.
Yep.
I can see that miter come together perfect the way I like it. I'm not gonna push my luck today. I did that once and I regretted it. Take this off, look
You
at
did
that.
that once when?
I'm not gonna tell you. You can watch the video. Look at this, guys. Standing on the new deck, barely. Yeah, it looks great. So we've basically done our picture frame around the outside. Now we're just gonna infill all the way across with our Envision decking. Now a lot of you paying attention, right? You're gonna notice before we put the gutter system down and when we rough framed the deck, we put a 2x4 on the flat here and here on either side of this joist. And that was because we were thinking we'd put a piece of decking here and picture frame the section I'm kneeling in, the section where Jordan is, and the far section. That way there are no joints. We'd have a piece right here at each post going all the way to the house. So we basically picture frame the area I'm kneeling in. Then your other boards just go from the piece behind me all the way to this one. We would do that 3 times. Here, where Jordan is, and on the far end. But because of the width of our deck, if I put a board here, the drop, I can't use anywhere. It's like 7.5 feet long. I can't use it anywhere on the building, so we're wasting a ton of material. So we just elected to run them all the way across and have a few joints. And it's a garage porch. It's Jordan's house. It doesn't matter. So that's what we're gonna do. We just left the 2x4s there. It's actually a pretty good step for me. I'm not as sure-footed as Jordan and Rad, but I'm gonna be the cut guy and I'm gonna be the blocking guy underneath. We're gonna show you what that's about later. And Jordan and Rad are gonna be up here installing. We're gonna run all the screws and then come back later and put all the bungs in and just hit it real hard. You guys ready? I'm ready to get this deck done.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, another notcher. Here we go. Let's give it a test fit, guys. I was worried about it breaking at the notch, but it's really strong.
Ooh.
So we have a little detail we need to do at the butt joints to make it really strong. So once y'all head on down here, we'll show you what we're gonna do. What's going on with my saw? It's not happy. I got power. I can tell over here.
This is literally a clip from the last video. This is so funny. This is... Is it the red and green flashing?
I just got a red flash.
Oh.
Ugh, let me get my glasses, see what that means. This isn't wet. I know we're going to get in the comments, your wood's too wet. It's not. That's the driest 2x12 I've ever seen in my life.
Just reset it and send it.
Yeah. All right, gang, let me show you what we're doing. The instructions say on a butt joint, you don't want to be closer than 3/4 of an inch to the end. But my board's only 1.5 inches wide. So if I try to do that, I can't get the screw in properly. And we can't toenail it, we want to go straight down. So what's recommended is to put a little sister block. How come they don't call them brother blocks? Right there, and now you have plenty of material underneath to grab the screw from this board and this one. Imagine this is the joist for our decks, right? And our gutters are hanging in right here. So that's what we're going to do. And to make it easier on ourselves, we're going to hold this one back just a little, put this one on this joist so the tops flush out real nice like that. Then we're going to screw this one down. Jordan and Rad are going to be up top, send 2 screws through here, make sure this is flush, and then I'm going to be underneath and I'll attach this block to there, ensuring that we're flush. And yeah, gutter's down there, but this is simply going to push that material up. It's going to be fine. Good enough explanation? Everybody got it?
I think so.
All right, let's go build a deck.
180 and 13.
180, 13.
Side of 44, perfect.
Nice, guys. I haven't seen it yet. That looks awesome. Good job. Perfect. So right here is where we got the joint in our boards, right?
Yep.
So remember, gang, earlier we said we're going to put our boards on a joist so they perfectly flush out. One of them, this one, is going to bear more on the joist, so the screw is not near the edge, and the other one's just barely going to be on the joist, just so they flush out perfect like that. But we can't put a screw here because it's too close to the edge. So we got to put a little block underneath right here to support the end of that board. So come on with me downstairs, put that block in, and let's show you what I'm doing on the lower levels. So I got a little treated block, my framing gun. I think I'm about under that little joint right there. Where are we at, Rat? Right there? This side?
Yep.
And I can feel the edge of the board right here. The edge of that last row we were showing you. So I'm gonna put the block right there. Now I know I'm under the board, but I don't wanna nail it yet until Rad puts those 2 screws in it. Oh, he's already going.
I'm just drilling
Oh, you're drilling a pilot hole. All right, go ahead. So we're drilling a pilot hole on the end so we don't split that wood. And I'm not nailing this on until it's screwed in. Rad's gonna make sure it's flush. When he tells me I'm good, I'm gonna nail it off.
Perfect.
Perfect. There's one. He'll do the other one. Get my fingers out of the way. See, there's my 2 screws.
Nice.
All right.
All right, that's perfect.
All right, here we go. That's it. Gutter's still intact. Boards are secure. Boards are level. It's just what we're looking for. Nice job, guys. Let's do the next one.
Yeah.
Good. All right. 181 and 3/4, 181 and a half, subtract 181 and a quarter.
Hey!
All right. Ready to go. Get out of here, B. Good?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome, dude. You messing with me, boy?
Nice.
Sick.
Oh! What am I doing? My glasses are throwing me off. That was weird.
Yeah. Super weird.
This one?
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Nice.
Right there?
Yeah. Yeah, send that.
All right. All right, guys, we are closing in on this deck. Only 2 more rows, about 6 more boards to put down, and it looks fantastic. We love the way it is turning out. Now, the second to last row right here is gonna be pretty easy. It's just gonna be a full board all the way down, about 3 different pieces. But this board, the one closest to the house, there's a lot going on with it. We had to rip it, and it looks really good. We didn't end up with a sliver, which we always try to avoid. But remember way back in the framing, we put that piece of metal drip edge on top of our band joist for the deck. It's actually buried right here under our gutter system, but it is proud now. I can probably show you right here with my finger. See, it is sticking up proud of the joist. So in order to get this row in right against the house, we have to put a pretty serious rabbet in that board. About a 1/4 inch tall. I've already done this one as a sample. Let me walk down here behind me and I can show you how well it fits under the siding. Just like that. That's what we're after. Now this little rabbet right here, that is to account for our sliding door. And as you can see, that's gonna go under the door because a full thickness of this won't slide under there. We kind of goofed building the deck. I mean, we could have lowered it, but we were trying to line up the band on the house with the band on the deck.
And that's a way cooler detail than accounting for some stupid door, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. And we could have raised the door, but we didn't know the thickness of the deck,
Right.
so.
And this is gonna turn out great.
Yeah, it is gonna turn out great. So I've got a little rabbet cut on the top, and watch what happens when I slide that in there. Boom, it's gonna look beautiful.
And it's supporting the door more too. So that's cool.
The threshold, because
Yep.
that's always kind of a flex point, right? So we're gonna slide this board against the house, mark it, head downstairs, cut it, put all the rabbets in it, bring it back upstairs, see if we can get it to fit the very first time. All right, gang, we've got a rabbet cut on the bottom of the board. Now we're gonna cut one on the top of the board, but it has to stop right here at this green tape and way down there by Rad at that green tape. Because if we make it extend all the way here, we're gonna see it because this is where our siding is. But our door, which is between the green tape, is gonna cover it. So how am I gonna do that? Well, we got the green tape for a beginning and an end point. We have 2 marks on the saw table. When I raise the blade 3/4 of an inch, this is the back of the blade, that's the front of the blade. So we're gonna put this in here, line that up with the mark, raise the blade 3/4 of an inch, push it through and stop at the other piece of green tape.
Why 3/4?
Because that's how much this is gonna go under the door. Now, how do I know when I raise the blade 3/4 of an inch? I can't see the blade, it's gonna be buried. We already experimented, and I know when I put this handle at 9 o'clock right here, that's gonna be 3/4. Not perfect, but it's close enough for what we're doing. All clear, here we go. I got it, Rad. All right, we're gonna stop. Rad's gonna go around. All right, here we go. Turn off the saw, lower the blade. Let's see how we did. Flip it towards the camera. Oh, all right. Well, not what I wanted, but that's fine. We have to go a little deeper, and we're gonna clean up this corner. My fine chisels on a deck before. Good job. Cool. There you go, bud.
Dang, dude.
Little table saw, little router, little 1-inch wide chisel.
You went crazy on that.
Got yourself a notcher. Mosquitoes are eating me through this shirt. That's how crazy it is out here. Let's get upstairs, see if this thing fits. We got our buzz saw out with a beater blade on it. In other words, a blade that we don't mind if it gets destroyed because we got to trim this hardy casing right here. Got our board in place. Rad and I are going to put some pressure on it with our foot. Jordan gets a cut. Nice. Moment of truth. We even cleaned everything with the hose, got all the mud out of there, and slide it in.
Oh, snap. It's perfect.
Dang.
Holy cow.
Ah, man.
Kick it in over here.
Is that in? What?
Nice cut.
You know what makes me the happiest about that? I don't have to go downstairs again and trim it. Nice job, guys. Let's screw this one down.
That is perfect.
Yeah, wow.
Well, here, let's make sure this will fit in between.
Wow.
Beautiful,
What?
just like we planned it. Sweet. All right, gang, our decking is all done and it looks fantastic and it feels even better than that. And once again, a big shout out to Envision Decking for providing the material for our backyard deck. And it's solid because this is 7/8 inch thick material on 16-inch centers. So if you're worried about the spacing, don't worry about it, it's gonna be just fine. Now we have a couple takeaways after our installation. There are two ways you can fasten most deck products to your framing, right? You can face nail it or face screw it as we have done. We're gonna put a plug in all of these. It's a lot easier to put the plugs in after you're done. The other system is one we've all seen before where the boards come with a groove and you use a product like this. This goes in the groove, this establishes your spacing, you screw the board down, snap that off, and now you have a tab for your next board. Presents a couple little challenges that are pretty easy to overcome. So on your starter board, obviously you don't want a groove here because it doesn't look that great, so you would face nail that one. You put a face nail here, and then start with your hidden fastener system. Then when you get over to the end, of course, you got to go back to that. You're going to have to use the hidden fasteners here and probably face screw the last board and a half. Really love the way that looks. Once again, thanks to Envision Decking for providing all this material. Can't wait to put the handrails in and see what the total package looked like. So for right now, we're going to put our plugs in. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows because we have a couple of problems. The main one is for us, we had a few screws that either missed our blocking, it went in the joint between the framing, it hit a nail, hit a structural screw, and we had to redo it. So this is an example right here. So that hole actually goes all the way through this, and we have a hole through our gutter system. And when we were washing this off, we had a couple of leaks, and it's because of these holes. So all we're gonna do, wherever we have a hole without a screw in it, we're gonna put a little dab of Lexel in there, put the plug in, and that's gonna seal that little leak.
Hopefully.
I will. I got full faith in our system. So let's go get something to kneel on. We'll just all work right here, put in all our plugs. All right, so Jordan's downstairs. Obviously, I'm upstairs. I'm going to pour a little bit of water in this hole where there's no screw, and he should be able to see it coming through downstairs. Yep. You see it already? Yep. So let's blow this water out of here and fix that leak. All right, guys, let's see if we can get this little leak taken care of. Now, I think that one has the screw, or is it that one, Jordan? Let's just do them both, huh? Little dab of Lexo on each one, just the smallest. Yeah, perfect. Whoop. Now let's get our grain going here, right?
Right.
It's all about the grain. Some are just flat. Here we go. This is so satisfying, right? Look at that. A little more?
Yeah.
Nice, guys.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Well, let's fill this little row, get that bucket of water, and I'll go downstairs and test for drips.
All right, gang, check it out. The deck is 100% complete. We filled every hole. And you know, when you're down here tapping them in, you can see them. But once you stand up, they completely disappear. It looks great. Another big shout out to the team over at Envision Decking for providing this material. And we can't wait to install all the railing with the integrated LEDs. You may be asking yourself, how are you getting power to those LEDs? Check it out, guys. Right here, it says handrail LEDs. We actually thought of that way ahead of time. So build yourself a massive deck around your like button so you have a place to sit and relax when you smash it. Don't forget to subscribe, best thing you can do for us. Drop a comment, ask a question, and if you'd like some stud pack merch, head on over to bunkerbranding.com. They'll absolutely take care of you. We'll see you right back here on the very next stud pack video.